Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome to the Mega64 podcast and ghouls and ghosts alike. Don't forget that Saturday, October 26th, Mega64 Interactive Hell Festival will be searing your flesh and soaring into your eyeballs starting at noon Pacific time. We're going to be streaming spooky activity all day. So get your ectoplasm prepared because we're going to blow you away with our bad vibes.
That sounds gross.
We're going to ruin it with our bad attitude.
You said the name wrong.
What?
You said it wrong. You
Yeah,
said
it's Mega64 Interactive Halloween Hell
Hell
Festival.
Festival.
yeah. You said Mega64 Hellfest. It is not that. It is Interactive Hell Festival.
I didn't say that.
You did. Go
Play
check the
back.
tapes.
Check it back, Johnny.
Check the tapes.
Check the tapes. Johnny, can you rewind the tape?
All right. I just wanted to fuck with you.
It's good.
Anyway, it's going to be a great day. We've been getting ready for it. If you like Halloween and you wish you were in hell, get ready. Saturday, October 26th. We'll see you there.
I am ready for Halloween, man.
At this point, Halloween is like your one day when you're not in hell because life's so hard sometimes. I just want to dress up in a costume and eat candy.
Life is unfair.
You know what?
Mega64 in the middle.
Yeah,
I feel-
Derrick in the middle.
Like a grump sometimes because all my neighbors have all these crazy Halloween decorations, and my kids are like, when are we doing that? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, you have 14 birthdays in the same fucking month.
Well, yes, that, but it's also like we decorate things here for Halloween all the time, like, for building sets or whatever. Like, oh, I've done that already, but I guess I really haven't for the house.
I'm the only person in my neighborhood who has Halloween decorations.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
I'm like the one guy who doesn't do it.
I feel like fucking Davy Crockett at the Alamo or something. Like I'm fighting the last stand on my neighborhood.
All these fundamentalist Christians around you all upset. Oh,
Well,
that demon.
There
that lives in
literally,
that
yeah.
house.
On one side, there is they have like 20 kids, and none of them celebrate Halloween. It's
I had neighbors like that too
It
that
is
were like,
whatever.
you knock on their door, trick or treat. Oh, sorry, hun, we don't celebrate the devil's holiday. And it was like,
Oh, I never encountered
okay.
the
that.
devil's holiday? Okay.
yeah, children, you should learn about the Lord Jesus Christ. And
God.
he does not celebrate. I'm like, okay, they have candy at the other house next door? All right, bye.
Later, I'll be back with some eggs.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
yeah.
Uh,
those poor kids.
I think I already told the story a long time ago about how I had the one neighbor that gave out like healthy stuff, like nuts.
Oh,
and-
yeah,
Yeah,
stuff.
raisins.
And then everyone was so upset. And then the next year it was the apology tour where everybody, it's like, that was wrong. And here's a full size candy bar.
Wow.
Now this was in like the early 90s, when that was rare.
Yeah.
But I will say it has kind of swung too far the other direction where now I know so many people our age that want to be that house that we're going to give the full size
I think
candy
I've
bar.
ranted about this
Right? I
on
think
the
we talked about
podcast,
it.
and I feel bad because I know it's a lot of money, but it is to the point where I feel bad even saying this, but that's not special anymore because
Yeah.
everyone's doing that. And I don't
They
live
wanna
in
be
this
that guy.
rich-ass neighborhood. I live in a normal neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it is always like, hey, check it out. Here's the full size. Like, yeah, man, they have like 8 of those in their bag right now. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
they're
now,
going to have diabetes tonight. Like, that's it.
just give them the fun size. It's fine. It's
No.
all good.
I hand out fun size candy, and I have the scariest house. So what you're getting at this house is you're gonna shit your pants. And then you're getting the little roll of Smarties.
That seems
Thanks for
reasonable.
coming. My
Thanks.
treat to you is me scaring you when nobody else really is.
Yeah.
Do you have a special plan this year? Like, is there a certain scare you're preparing or something? Or
This year I love the I think the greatest animatronic spirit Halloween ever made, we had one here, is the spider animatronic.
the jumping
the
spider.
because it's like $40.
Yeah.
It's totally inconspicuous, and that thing scares the shit out of everybody.
It does to
Yeah.
right in your face.
Nobody survives the spider. It's the cheapest one. It's super effective. I tried to get one last year. They were sold out.
Oh.
Damn.
I went to Spirit in late September and got a spider. There were so many spiders there that they still had color options.
Wow.
wow.
So
How'd you
there
go
were
with?
3 colors. I got a brown spider.
Yeah,
'cause I
okay,
was
yeah.
like,
Hide in
Brown
bushes.
recluse.
yeah, this thing looks realistic. And I think I'm just going to go all spider themed.
Oh,
There's maybe like
webs.
it's a little stylized, but I'm going to put like giant web, made out of rope, spider webs everywhere, a ton of spiders, and have the animatronic jumping spider strategically placed right by the door. I think if I put spiders all over the house. You'll see it from a mile away, like, oh, these are just silly, stupid spiders here. And then that animatronic will fuck you up when you knock on my door.
Build a false sense of security for them.
Exactly.
And no one likes spiders.
Lure them into the spider's web.
Oh. Ooh.
I have one more question about spiders, which I'll ask after the theme song. And now my spider question. So Derrick, you have since our last show, you went to Not Scary Farm.
Yeah, I did.
Which I was going to ask you about. I don't know if you had any funny ass stories from when you went, but did you get to do the maze?
Widows?
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I felt like that one it's like someone there set to make the more deluxe version of that animatronic you were talking about. Like there was one where I swear it was like the same thing, but 4 times bigger.
Dang.
It might have been in a different maze though. I don't know. It was in one of them, but I figured it was that one.
They had a spider themed haunted house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You remember last time we went, they had a nautical themed haunted house called The Depths. I think they've replaced that with something called Widows.
Yeah.
And it looks like a haunted house, like an old wooden, the Munsters house from the outside.
That's cool.
Covered in spider webs and giant spiders. And the whole thing is like spider webs, spider eggs, spider sacks.
It was, it's supposed to be
jumping
that
spiders.
it was at one point an old folks home, but then Black Widows
took over
it and no one came back for it or something like that.
Are
So
there
there's
dead,
some kind of,
like
there's a bunch of dead old
corpses,
people in it too.
Oh, that's creepy.
in wheelchairs?
But
and
I was
stuff?
just curious. I couldn't remember if that was the maze it was in, but there was one that I went through when I went that it was like that animatronic you got, but it was just like, oh, you looked at that and said we could do this 4 times bigger, and it scared the shit out of me. I walked by and it did that jumping thing. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I get sensory overload. I don't know how you guys feel when I'm in when I'm in a haunted house. I couldn't fucking tell you what's in any of those. My memories are like vague flashes of like, oh yeah, a guy stuck his face out of a hole. Oh yeah, like I can't tell you what the story is or what the progression. Unless I've done it like a couple of times. We did Grimoire again this year. They had that last year.
What was that one?
That's the one where it's the book that like possesses people and you go through different parts of time.
I don't think I've done, because I haven't been to Knott's in a couple of years for Knott's Scary Farm. So I don't think I've done, I don't know if that is. I don't think I've done that one.
I think it was there when we filmed it, when we all went for the
We went
Scarecast.
last year? Okay. Because I thought we did Shocktoberfest last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was 2 years ago.
okay,
and that was the year they debuted it. It's still there now.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about our Scarecast that we have planned for Halloween Hell Festival. I don't know if I should say anything or refrain till afterwards, but it was quite an experience.
Well, we can say I have had a lot of people ask like, because I mentioned going to Knott's. They're like, oh, awesome, you recorded a Scarecast for your Halloween stream this year. I was like, not at Knott's. We went to
somewhere else.
We wanted to change it up. We did Shacktoberfest last year, so we wanted to do, another unexplored Halloween event. And we did. I think we could say what it's on the schedule as.
Okay, what is it on the schedule as?
I think it's listed. It will be listed on the schedule as Scarecast, the world's worst haunted house.
Let's just talk about it because I don't even. I think people get hyped up. We went to a haunted house that I think, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, that was probably the worst haunted house I've ever been to in my life.
I guess it is.
And I've gone to the shitty fucking Marshall Scotty's haunted house.
I think that one is charming in a way because it is an old abandoned amusement park and it actually is. So that to me kind of sells
and it's ran by like indie.
I guess surface level, you could argue, well, the Marshall Scotty's one was like a bunch of teenagers with like homemade blood on their shirts. But at least they were trying. And you went there, and I don't want to like let cost affect my experience on everything, but it is a big factor, the value you get out of something. That Marshall Scotty's thing was like $15, $20 maybe. We went to SeaWorld's Hollow Scream.
Hollow Scream.
Hollow Scream.
Yeah.
That thing was the most like corporate run fucking
Yes.
An excuse to
If
sell
this-
Anheuser-Busch
Well,
products.
I think they don't own
Exactly.
it anymore. But there, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the final cut. But there is one haunted house that you're talking like. It was like I was like I can't even fathom how this could potentially be scary. What are we doing? Like what is this?
We went to SeaWorld for a stream on our Patreon and notoriously complained about how awful SeaWorld
Yeah,
was.
gave it a shot.
It was one of the worst. I thought one of the worst theme park experiences I've ever had. I
Steve-O
was
was
like,
right.
we paid full admission, and shit's like not.
I
open.
actually feel fucking sorry for the whale now because I'm like, you have to live here? God damn.
Sorry,
Fuck,
Tofu.
dude. You're trapped in this hellhole. But I thought maybe if we go for Halloween, they'll reskin it. They'll add something to it that'll add value to it because I'll be getting scared.
Yeah.
Nah, it was just as bad, but
just
was like,
as empty.
just as empty, but with a Halloween reskin.
Yeah.
It was.
I
like,
can't. I'm excited for people to see
it
this.
fucked.
It's fun in a different way.
It fucked
Yeah,
me
it
up.
totally is.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to watch our like misery while we're there. Definitely.
I just think it was more populated with security guards waving you with a light wand this way than it was with scare actors.
Yeah.
There were more security guards with flashlights than there were scare actors inside the haunted house. It's like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
I don't know if this made a cut. I don't want to give away anything, but there's a point in the actual haunted house. Rocco made a joke to that person, and I laughed so hard that like I ruined the whole bit. Like the person who was trying to scare me just felt bad afterwards.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if it made it in, but I just remember like
I-
laughing, and the person trying to scare me, I was too busy laughing at something else. Like, okay.
I thought a security guard was in costume. They were not in costume. That's what the misunderstanding was.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
That'll be for Hellfest. I've been hearing commercials for Hollow Scream SeaWorld, and they're advertising that they have 12 haunted houses.
What?
Yeah.
We did 4.
Where?
The radio is saying like 12 haunted houses and 3 different scare zones. And I'm like,
Where?
12 haunted houses.
what do you constitute as a haunted house?
Yeah. I would like to know where those were.
Yeah.
Wild.
So it's all a scam. But we explore the scam and we give you a tour.
Oh, dude, maybe the Van Helsing oath you took was considered a haunted house.
Okay, don't spoil it.
All right, sorry, just a little tease so you tune in this next weekend.
I will say now that I've been to most of the major theme park like events like that, so they have one. Universal has their thing.
Knott's has theirs.
Knott's has theirs.
Shaq has his. Not anymore though. It's not.
Yeah, it's the Queen Mary thing again this year. Actually, I was hearing good stuff about it this year.
Dark
People
Harbor.
saying it was fun. Dark Harbor. But now that I've been to all the theme park ones, it's like most of them, just about all of them, really are what you were just saying, Garrett. It's a lot of people going this way, this way.
Yeah, I will say the theme park haunted houses are probably across the board the worst of the haunted house attractions you could go to.
Uh-huh.
It's specifically we just do a haunted house. That's our business. Those are the ones that are really good.
We got to go to the Midwest.
Yeah, the theme park ones, it's almost like, well, we're a theme park normally, but it's Halloween time, so we're gonna put some Halloween content in here. But then they're just like, just keep going because they have so many people to deal with.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say is I think Knott's stands above the rest of them. I feel like I can hang out at Knott's and it's a whole Halloween experience. Whereas at Universal, it's like an airport. Like, go to that terminal, move, don't stand there, go. And SeaWorld even was
Even
empty
worse,
and
even
they were
worse.
still doing that. But Knott's, I feel like there's actually like, even if you don't do any of the haunts, there was a ton of Halloween stuff to do. There's like a fucking magic show. They had a whole Elvira experience. They have like, even if you don't want to do a haunted maze, there are a million things you could just get into and
cool.
not be bothered. So I'm still impressed by them, but the other ones I'm just kind of whatever.
Yeah,
But this SeaWorld one was
here in San
man.
Diego, we still have the haunted trail, which they set up in Balboa Park. They used to have a lot more that they would set up like in the basements of downtown San
Yeah,
Diego.
I
They would-
remember that.
Haunted Hotel.
Haunted hotel.
Yeah.
They would have Frightmare on Market Street.
Yeah.
And there were a couple others that were almost like just for 1 year at a time. The best haunted house I've ever been to in my life was set up in the parking structure of Target.
Really?
I remember
What?
hearing about that.
Yeah,
I never did it, but I
wow.
remember hearing
Grossmont
about it.
Center. And
Are
that,
you serious?
That
Yeah.
was like, that was amazing.
What was that?
never heard of that. Wow.
2015 is when it was,
recently. What kind of
and
no, I guess not recent.
yeah, they set up an entire laboratory
That's sick.
on there, and you walk in, and immediately you're in this empty room with all these TVs playing, and they start playing the story of like, yeah, we were studying stuff, researching things in this laboratory, but it all went wrong, and we had like a code red outbreak. And then like all this electricity starts going off, buzzing, and then the door slide open, and you just have to explore the
Whoa.
laboratory. And it was
Yeah.
kind of like a thing level, like kind of zombie, kind of like alien symbiote, like outbreak of just these like horrific scenes.
Ooh.
And it was really good, really scary.
I mean, that's wild that we like
It's in our backyard.
we film like episodes of like the versions in that
Yeah.
same parking structure. Like I didn't know they did a haunted house. That's
Yeah,
really
me
cool.
neither.
That's really cool.
Yeah, for a couple of years they were setting up haunted house. I think COVID kind of ruined the business.
Yeah.
Because this was pre-COVID, they would just set them up in like mall parking lots, and they were really good.
It does seem like most of the haunted houses now are just like theme parks, as Rocco was saying.
Well,
It's the rare ones.
I do
It's
think the
just-
non-theme park ones really did take a hit from the pandemic.
yeah.
Because since that has happened, a lot of them I've gone back, and they were kind of like the SeaWorld one where I was like, what? Did you guys like lose all your funding for this? Like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
So
Probably did.
They probably did.
I've always heard the good ones are put on by churches, and they're in the Midwest.
What?
And they're super gory and super violent because they're like proselytizing. Like, look what happens if you sin.
No.
You do drugs and yeah. There's haunts that are specifically set up by churches, but I have heard honestly they're the fucking best ones. They're the most gory and scariest ones you can go to.
We got any Midwest fans who have gone to these?
Yeah.
Like
The
that
Bible
sounds
Belt?
Crazy.
I've never gone to a church haunted house, so
A church haunted house sounds
confirm.
lame
Wait, it's
as
seriously
fuck.
like the scare is like, oh my god, she got an abortion and it like
That is-
killed her,
that
and
This
it's
cannot
sounds
be-
this
this-
is not real.
This sounds like
You don't think this is
playground
real?
talk. This sounds like what your friend would tell
Okay.
you on the playground in middle school
This
and be
sounds
like,
like a
no.
crispy legend.
Marilyn
you don't
Manson
have to
did
believe
not
me.
remove his ribs.
Dude, yeah.
Johnny, what's it? Is the chat agreeing with me?
No. The final room is a priest brings you into a private, with no parental supervision, shuts the door, and then, the Catholic Church has to pay you like $1 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
There's just
settlement.
like this big scary house that says premarital, and you have to go in.
And they're banging in there, and you have to watch. It sucks.
Anyways, how's everybody doing outside of Halloween stuff? Welcome to our Friday show. I want to let everybody know that pretty soon we're going to be switching over where we put this podcast. We're going to be putting it on a different YouTube channel. Just a heads up, we'll have more information in the coming weeks, but be prepared for that.
What?
If someday you
I just
find,
wanted to act confused.
that you can't find the podcast, it's
Now-
because it's in a new location.
When it's live, it will be where it is now on the main channel. But
So stay subed.
but yeah, the edited version will be elsewhere. We'll find out where soon.
It's somewhere you may be familiar with, though.
It might be. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So fear not. Anyway,
How have you guys been this week? You been
Oh.
doing anything interesting?
Well,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the thing that I want to get off my chest.
oh
Okay.
yeah, are the birthdays over with?
I'm not talking about birthdays.
Oh, okay.
The birthdays were in September.
Okay, because I had
Garrett.
questions about that too.
I think
Oh,
there's
okay.
one left.
There's a party
there's-
tonight.
There's a party tonight.
His
yeah.
the birthdays were
in September.
So let me just ask, just real quick.
How are we
Yeah.
still doing a party on October 18th?
So this was my question. September is known as birthday hell month.
That's
you
not-
coined that term.
I never did.
And then,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
but
you did.
now we're deep in October, and I'm continually seeing Shawn like, oh my gosh, I got so much to do. There's a party. I have to get rid of it. The birthdays have leaked into. Are we looking at birthday hell quarter?
yeah.
we're
was
less
my
than
question.
2 weeks away from November.
Yeah,
Birthday hell
we
season.
looked at our schedule and we're very busy. There's so many like cheer competitions or cross country meets or
Anniversaries,
dance
all kinds of-
competition.
You can't go to like a TGIF. To do a
Well, we
birthday-
did that for the actual birthday, but for the party, we had to push back until. So we had Sawyer's on Sunday, and now Lennon's is tonight. So
And there's-
Okay.
Who's
But-
next?
then that's it.
Wait,
That's
Same
it.
group of kids.
two parties, 5 days apart.
Yeah,
Why don't you just
I-
combine the party?
they don't want to do that.
Who gives a fuck what they want to do? You're
No,
the parent.
I mean, here's the thing: is like
Who's running this asylum?
there are so many. Truthfully, there are so many
Jenny.
kids. There's so many kids.
That you have
No. That invited to the party. That if I had double the kids, like Sawyer's friends and Lennon's friends, I would be too much.
So that's my question. It's not the same kids.
Not the same.
What if you had half
of the amount?
Yeah, be a little more restricted.
Yeah, instead of double the kids, be like, you cut your list in half and you cut your list in half.
No plus ones.
And then one party.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. We'll see just 2 different days. It's
Your
fine.
parents can't come in, drop you on the curb, and leave.
Yeah. Well, with Sawyer's, there's a middle school party, so that did happen a lot.
That's good. So they're old enough to where like you don't have to entertain their parents now too and feed them.
But tonight I will be doing that. I will be entertaining parents
'Cause they're a little younger.
I don't know. Yeah.
If I were you, I would just lock myself in a room and be like, let me know when it's over.
There's a
think his wife
they have
would
a
like
lot
that.
of they have a lot of friends, and so. When I found out that Sawyer's had 30 kids coming over, I'm like, 30 kids? How do you know 30 kids? But they do, and they all came.
I don't think I invited more than 4 or 5 people to a birthday
Yeah,
I don't think I've
party
had 30
ever.
friends in my entire life,
Yeah.
actually. I couldn't.
Well, then Jenny's like, well, yeah, Lennon has more people coming. Like, more? How? I think that they just do so many activities, and they just
Oh, they
invite
invite
my
the whole
dance
team.
team
There's
and my
no
cheer
way
team. And
you're friends with your entire dance team.
Yeah, that's statistically
That-
impossible.
Well-
I did sports and I did karate and acting. Half those people sucked.
yeah.
Most of them. I had like 2 friends. I would be like, you're cool. Fuck the rest of the people in
Yeah.
this place.
His kids are popular, Derek.
I mean,
got a lot of
I guess
friends.
They do have a lot of friends.
They're nice kids. I've seen
They're
them.
nice kids. But
They're polite.
anyway, so I have a birthday party tonight, but that's not what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
We'll circle back to that in a little bit.
I don't know when me being sad became a bit on this podcast.
When was that a bit?
Maybe
I don't
when
know
you
why
cried
trying
on
to get your friend to feel bad was a funny thing to do, but I don't know why. There's things in life that make me feel good and I like, and baseball is one of them. But then Derek has to go and do this fucking curse on the Padres.
Well, we both did the curse, to be fair.
You did a curse on the
We
Padres.
We were in tandem on
and
that.
then
Did that make you sad? That wasn't intended.
Well,
to make you
it
sad.
made the team lose, was the problem.
it did it. No, here's the thing.
Did it?
It worked.
I stopped paying attention. Did it work?
It 100% accuracy.
I thought the Padres won.
No.
You're telling me they lost?
We did the curse, they lost.
Holy
immediately after.
Well,
Now here's
better be careful who you
and that's
upset
this is
in
my
the
point.
future.
This is my point. Is that okay? Funny bit for the podcast. Cool.
Agreed.
Then the Padres lose. All right. That was a possibility.
I don't even think I've
see
talked to
that.
you about the Padres since then.
You haven't. That was definitely, it could have happened.
Which,
and
Derek-
it would have happened regardless of your curse.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good-
be very
What's up?
clear.
That's a good and polite thing to do is you don't bring up the Padres loss when your buddy is obviously in distress.
Well, here's the thing. Is like,
stopped thinking about
they
it.
would have
He
lost
hasn't brought it up.
regardless
I moved
of
on.
your curse. Fine. But now I'm like, I'm like bummed out. And I'm just getting messages. Derek fucked you. Derek fucked you. Haha, that's what I hope for because Derek fucked you. And it just, my whole feed became fuck you, Shawn. I was hoping for this because of Derek's curse. It's like, now
well, I don't think
Now
these
I'm-
people are your friends.
they're not my friends, but you push the ball.
but
and-
he didn't personally
Well,
message
through
you
the
to rub
ball.
it in.
Well, here's the thing.
Foul ball.
Here's the thing.
right?
Rocco did message me.
Oh no.
And
What is-
he's at Jack White. Fun, good for him. And I am not. And he said, Padres lost. Bummer. But good news is I'm about to post. Okay, that's funny, whatever. But then
Good news is I got into the Jack White show.
That's good news. And
Yeah.
I said, you're right.
Who's saying this stuff to you?
Rocco. This is
I
Rocco.
said this to him.
Rocco said this. Then on the Slack, Rocco just put Padres lost. Why
Yeah,
would you do that?
Which you immediately responded, fuck off.
Yes.
I really was just letting everyone know
Why?
that I didn't say
Whoa.
I didn't
It's getting
say
a
the
little heated
Padres
in
lost. Ha ha. I didn't do anything like that.
Let's all
I
take a
stated
let's all take a breather
I
here.
stated the fact.
Why would you put
Because-
that in Slack for work
because-
conversation?
Both
because-
of you guys need to calm down.
Because moments earlier, Derek and I did a curse on the podcast that they would lose, and then they immediately lost. So I was shocked. Padres lost.
You were shocked that the Padres lost?
well,
such a
no,
lie.
but you know,
Look at the
you know
smile.
what I mean.
How did you find out the Padres
Look at the
lost?
smirk on
Me?
his face, Rob.
Yeah.
I can tell you because at this Jack White show, by the way, I got into a very, very a surprise small Jack White show.
we're talking
in
about the
LA.
Padres. Nobody cares about.
No, but there's a whole there's like a 20-minute preamble.
Oh, there always is.
So here's what happened. When they started the show, it was the dude from the venue and Reggie Watts, which I don't know why he was there. And they both came out with Dodgers hats and they were talking about Dodgers won. And someone said Padres lost. And I went, they lost. And I put it in the Slack. Padres lost.
Well, you texted me first.
Reggie Watts told him, Shawn, no, NB.
Then to see it in this Padres lost. Why are you doing this to me?
What do you reply?
This is for, I said, fuck off.
I wanted to tell everybody.
Now, you want, why?
It
But
was
why?
just a fact.
Who cares?
Like, isn't that crazy? Padres lost.
Isn't that crazy the Padres lost against the Dodgers? No, it's not crazy.
I feel like I'm in a therapy session right
This is
now.
where he's
I feel
more-
like you guys are like not communicating and just like
I
going,
put a
why'd you
fact-
do that? Well, I did it for this.
If I-
Bullshit. You wanted to upset me. No, I didn't
If
want to
I
upset
put
you.
it in the Slack, Padres lost.
You were saying that.
No, I just said Padres lost.
What, guys, in what world?
Okay.
In what world would
can I
Rocco
break
put
in here?
anything about the Padres in the Slack? He
Rocco,
wouldn't.
I think you just need to own up that you were rubbing it in Shawn's face.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was. Does it sound like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Padres
Yes.
lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why, if Rocco,
Why
why
the
would you
Slack?
put
Shared
it
that
in
with
the,
everyone.
in the Slack?
The Slack
So
is
that
for
everyone
business.
It's
It's not
everyone
for
in
pleasure.
the business did the podcast.
Even if you would have put it in our group text, I would have been like,
Maybe
"Nah,
you
it's a
weren't.
text."
We don't have-
Maybe
But
you were
in the
subconsciously like not aware that you were rubbing it in his face, but we're here telling you that was.
I was busy watching a concert. I went, oh shit. Padres
He's not
lost.
even
we're
mad
just
at
telling
Derrick
you-
anymore.
Yeah, you were rubbing it in his face.
He doesn't even care that Derrick
You
did the
put it-
curse.
He
did the
He's
curse.
Just mad that you said
I
Padres
don't,
lost.
again.
Oops. I got to wake up.
What the fuck? At 11:50?
11:50.
What the fuck?
An early day.
No, it's for the for our merch drop that's going up in a minute.
It's,
Sorry.
it's again, whatever, you know.
I don't think you should let him off the hook.
Padres lost.
He's
That's
pretend.
it.
He's rubbing it in your face now.
I'm stating a fact. Yeah, why would you ever state that fact in the Slack? That
I
makes
just
zero
thought it was
sense.
great. Everyone was going to laugh because
he's
that
gaslighting.
Oh,
Everyone
everyone's, oh, you said it.
He's gaslighting.
Everyone's going to laugh
Yeah.
at Shawn.
at you that the
Yes!
fact that we did the curse.
Of course, but I cared, and
This
everyone
is-
knew I
this
cared.
is live gaslighting.
I wasn't
happening
thinking
on
about it.
camera.
Yeah,
if you've never seen gaslighting happen,
Yeah.
this is it. Right?
Everyone-
I wanted
thought-
everyone to know.
You said I want everyone to know, and I thought everyone would laugh.
Yeah, because we
But
did.
I wouldn't laugh.
because we did a curse on the show, and
But
then
you
they lost.
knew I was going to be sad about it, and that I
I
wanted
thought
them
you
to-
would laugh harder than you'd cry.
You thought that I would laugh at that? No, you
Yeah,
no.
because we did a curse and they lost. It's like, damn, these guys are powerful.
Let's
I
ask.
I don't think for 1 second that you had anything to do with
Psychologists need to study this.
the curse. The
tape
only thing that
afterwards.
curse did was made people attack me and message me on Twitter and give me shit.
I didn't post about it.
I'm not. You put in. I'm not saying you did, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
that's what the curse did.
Oh, the curse did that.
The curse
Well,
did that, but then
who
the
can
other
control
curse
those
is
things?
that you want to rub it in my face.
That's
And
salt
again,
in the wounds.
you don't.
It's just a fact. I just wrote a fact.
He's rubbing it in your face
I
right
don't
now.
get how he doesn't see. I don't understand. What?
If I wrote in the Slack right
Okay,
now,
Johnny, could you make a poll in the chat and see what what the room think about this?
Can
if
I
I
ask,
wrote in the
Was Rocco being mean on purpose?
what was Johnny, Meg, Kevin's response? Because I remember seeing that on Slack and going, "Why is this in the company Slack?" Oh, Shawn's gonna be pissed. Ooh. I mean, that's how I interpret it. Johnny, did you feel the same way when you saw that?
I don't think Johnny wants to get involved.
I responded, but yeah, I don't want to be involved.
Just for the
Safe.
record, I'm not really mad at Rocco here. But at the time, I was like, what the fuck, Rocco? I was not happy. Because already was in a vulnerable place.
if I put in the Slack, it's going to be over 100 degrees tonight. Is that making fun of the party you're going to have later?
Why would you put that in this?
You know what I mean?
That makes no sense.
Oh, it's going to be miserable.
There's no
you know I'm having a party
What is-
tonight,
what
and
is-
you're talking about how it's going to be miserable.
That's
not-
a false
That is
equivocation.
not
That's-
at all.
that's,
no, actually
what are you
perfect.
saying?
No, that's like
Perfect.
that's not related.
It's too. Hey, I'm putting in the chat. It's
That's a
too late.
false
It's too
equivalency.
late to stop climate change. Rocco, I have kids. You're making fun of
Do
the
you
world they're going to grow up
legitimately
in.
think that this is the same thing? Do
False
you really think
equivalency.
that? Because that's wild. That's
that wouldn't be a legal
Just a
argument
fact.
in a debate. Just saying.
Just a fact.
Kevin made it
That's
all
a
better,
fallacy.
guys. Kevin fixed it. He just wrote in the chat, Padres won.
Thanks, Kev.
Yeah,
balance it out.
Balance it out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kev.
I just think if the Padres would have won, you would not put that in the Slack. You did that to make fun.
Padres won, it wouldn't have been funny.
So now you're trying to be funny.
Yeah,
Twisted the
because-
knife.
because of the curse bit. We did a bit on the podcast, and it played out.
He's still twisting the knife. Look
Anyways. Was Rocco being purpose? Okay, yes, thank
Can
you.
we see the percentages
Yeah,
at
but
the
they're
end
not
there?
involved.
82%
82%
of the voters.
And then-
say
A fact is mean. Okay,
It can be when
I'll
you
lie
put-
next time.
I don't. There's no need for it. It was uncalled
So
for.
I should have put Padres won.
And then I thought about I still am honest. I truly am still sad. I'm like, damn, this was our year. I felt really good about it. And then I thought, I think I'm so upset because, as Derek said, don't the Padres always lose? Isn't that what they do? They're losers. They're losers. They lose. And it's like, well, we have never won the World Series. That is correct. And I just would love to one day be like, we're not losers. I can like this team and not get made fun of for it.
Sure.
That's what I think. It's almost validating as a fan being like, I've loved this thing for so long and we finally are winners, but not this year. Not this year.
Still underdogs. There's always next year.
There's always next year. I've said that for 40 years. So eventually it's going to come true. that we'll win.
Who is in right now? The Mets?
The Mets, the Dodgers, the Guardians, and the Yankees.
Now, who are you going for? There's two New York
Guardians
teams.
all the way.
Okay, Guardians.
You're
still going for the underdogs.
It's gonna be the Dodgers and the Yankees. It's gonna be that. And no one wants that. Fuck that.
That's so boring.
It's so fucking boring. Ugh.
Well, it's always the two teams on the coasts that have the most money put into them, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
typically.
that is.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They
that's so
do.
tired.
Well, yeah, the two largest cities in America,
Yeah.
LA
Yeah.
and New York.
Yeah.
They got a lot of resources.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's been my experience of.
There's
this.
plenty of teams that have never won the World Series, right?
There's like 5 or 6.
Okay. And
5
we're
or
one?
6. We're one of them. Yep.
That's
Sure
cool.
are.
Well, let me just say, I genuinely was surprised when I got the response, fuck off. I really was.
Really?
I actually had a moment of, was he mad that I put that?
What did you think
didn't-
his response was
I
gonna
never
be?
thought,
What were you expecting?
I
he
thought it
would
was just
say?
going to be like,
He's
oh,
not
you guys
serious.
did that curse. Why'd you do the curse? Something like
Just stop.
in a fun
Oh,
spirit.
shucks.
Because
you
I
guys.
sent it in a fun spirit. Like we did it,
No.
they lost. It's fact.
No, dude.
I
Facts don't care about your feelings.
I
okay?
don't think-
Ben Shapiro.
And neither does Rocco.
you care. Yeah, neither does
Let's say,
Ben Shapiro.
cool. This is a cool side to be
let's
on.
say, for the sake of argument, the Padres won.
Oh my
Change my mind.
Let's say the Friar
Goodness.
came back. He's the mascot.
It's wild. It's wild.
That's good.
But I really was surprised by that reaction. I was like, oh,
I
was that mean?
I
didn't-
think that's
I
the
had that
reaction
moment.
you wanted.
And I gave it to you.
Yeah, I
You're
think Shawn
welcome.
gave you exactly what you wanted.
But then what did Rocco say after that? Sorry.
Yeah,
So
I was
he
surprised, so I said
acknowledged-
sorry.
He acknowledged that he was
Okay.
being
Yeah,
rude.
so what
All
is
right.
this? Painting me as the bad guy.
No, you are.
What, do you get mad when you see the score? You check your phone and you see the score. Do you get mad at Apple because they gave you the
Do you think
Losing
that is
score?
in the realm of the same thing? Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying to me?
fact is reported and you're mad?
Hold on, I'm
Anyway.
just going to type
He's
in the
basically
Slack
like
here.
the
Hold
Apple
on.
of Mega64.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rocco, Jason David Frank is dead.
But see, that's not even the same
That's a
thing.
fact.
That's not even the same
Oh,
thing.
see, but that should make you mad. Oh, it didn't work.
No.
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 Because people die and all
no,
the time.
No. It's just
I can't get him. He's Teflon, Rocco.
yeah.
I think you, instead of being mad, you should have used me as an example. He's not bothered by anything.
Mm,
So
okay. Anyways, we can talk about something else
learning
besides
moment,
baseball. But I just
learning
wanted to
moment
bring
for
that
next
up.
time.
Learning moment for who? I don't
For
think
you.
you. Oh, for me. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we got nowhere.
Learn that, facts.
See you next season. We'll have to look at Padres lost in the Slack again.
Ooh, no, they're going to win.
Yeah, they're gonna win.
It's possible.
It's
What-
very possible.
When did they last make it to the World Series? Was that 98?
98.
They haven't done it since then.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
There was that one year, I remember the Chargers were still in San Diego. They went to
That
the
was
Super Bowl.
94.
And that was 94. And I remember the city was
Buzzing.
electric, dude.
Yep.
You heard people screaming.
People on the
from
side of the
houses.
street, like selling shirts and
Yeah.
That was
And
crazy.
during the game, I remember going outside and just hearing screaming around me in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's fun.
It does happen rarely in San
Rarely.
Diego, but
Yeah.
we could be there next year.
Yeah, no. I would like it. I would like it. Anyways, thank you for letting me vent. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
But thank God sports talk is over now.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't give a fuck about football.
No, who does?
A lot of people.
I know.
Most people, but not me. Anyways, Derrick, is the Patreon, are there any questions on there that you want to get into? I know Garrett saw Terrifier 3.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I did.
I don't want to take over the whole entire show here.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of questions, but let's talk about Terrifier 3. What'd you think of it?
I really liked it, and I will say we gave a very terse review to Terrifier 2. We also watched it in a tour van.
I'll be honest about Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
I had been looking forward to watching it for a long time. When we were touring, I always wanted to stop in a movie store because we had the worst movies in our van. We had 15 of the most god-awful hell-spawn films.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Which, when you think about it, it's like, oh, this will be fun. We're gonna watch all these bad movies.
Whoever brought those movies, like, wouldn't it be fun to watch garbage? And it was like, yeah, I'm in this seat for 14 hours. This is like fucking Guantanamo Bay level torture.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
I love picking up bad movies, but you can overdose.
Yeah.
Like one, okay, great, but now I got to watch something.
think-
I need something to pass the time, not make
Yeah.
this drive scene longer.
I think
Yeah.
that honestly, the perfect thing that we found was the found footage festival. Because that to me
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, this is bad, but we're all laughing
That
at
was
it. and
fun.
It's packaged
I
very
wouldn't
well.
even call that bad. It's
No,
just,
but you're
it's-
watching bad VHS shit. you know?
Yeah, but they're making fun of it.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in
yeah.
the same boat as you.
Yes.
I would say the best thing we found actually on the road, if we're being specific, is what was it, Johnny? What was the old men short?
Oh,
Oh God, dude,
Trauma
no,
Film
no, that
Festival.
sucked.
What was it?
Oh God, I forgot.
Spitters or
that was
splitters?
Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
But I mean, no one else was laughing but me for about 8 minutes, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. But it was over in 8 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I don't fuck that, but we're moving
No,
on.
that was one of the bad
I think
ones.
what happened was in the first leg of the tour, we found Minnesota Memories, and that was just a random someone's home movies that we were put on DVD that was for some reason sold, and I bought it on a whim, and it was fascinating, and it was like that was great.
it was intriguing
And then
because
like,
of
we
the
should-
voyeurism.
Yeah,
that's
we should just watch
involved.
old shit and like weird shit, and then we did that in the second leg, and that's where we get into
Well,
trouble.
yeah, so I started pushing us like, let's go to some movie stores in town and like let's find some stuff to
Yeah.
watch. And I think when we were in Vancouver, Canada, somewhere, I
Yeah.
found a copy of Terrifier 2, and I was like, oh shit, I've always wanted to watch this. I've heard about it. It was a while before we put it on, but you know, eventually we ran out of stuff. I think we were driving to LA, so kind
Yeah,
of at the end
from
of the
Phoenix,
tour, and I was like,
yeah.
let's put on Terrifier. I didn't really like the story of Terrifier 2. Kind of, you know, uninspired story in my opinion. The gore was so insane. I actually think the movie was unenjoyable for a long part of it. And then it got so excessive, and I always tell people this when I review the movie, something in my brain broke.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I went into fuck it mode. I was like, all right, how fuck them up even more then. If
Yeah.
we're going to go this far, how far can you go? And then I kind of started getting some enjoyment because it continued to surprise me. I was like, damn, I didn't think you would go there. Damn, you're going even further. Holy shit, this is more violent than I could have even possibly imagined. Wow, kudos to you. Like, and the effects were really good.
Yeah, beautiful practical effects. And that was really the takeaway I got from it too. Watching it in the van on that tour was like, wow, I've always heard about this franchise. I did really love the kills in it. Like, I still think about the bedroom kill in Terrifier 2
That's probably the most famous one.
with the bleach and the salt and bringing the mother back in to witness it and everything. I was just like, that scene fucking wow, sold me on this franchise and Art the Clown.
But even there's like a scene where he machine guns a bunch of people and
Yes.
he's just excessively shooting people with a machine gun.
So that's another thing like I love about this character is that there's those surprises. From the first movie, he will just pull a gun out and shoot you. And it's like, what? Wait, I thought he was a slasher, but no, he just kills in any way.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen a slasher just pull weapons out and shoot someone to solve a problem quickly and then get back to the slashing. So in that respect, like, I don't know, that always really surprised me. I just never seen that in a movie, specifically with the firearm stuff. But I'm totally with you. Terrifier 2 was so long and had so much of this like lore dump, which at the time watching it in the van, I hadn't seen Terrifier 1. I hadn't seen like the short film that I think it's all based off of either. And
Yeah.
I was really like, man, that I get all the hype because the kills are really great and the characters super iconic. Like I've never seen a horror icon sprout up out of nowhere this fast. Like this guy's up there with fucking Jason and Freddy and Pennywise. Like people make merch of him. People love Art the Clown. And that was really what interested me. Like I should probably do my homework and watch these. But again, yeah, Terrifier 2. Whoa, so long. Now, I think Terrifier 3 is even longer.
That's
Does
what
it
I've heard.
have a longer
I think
runtime?
it ultimately isn't.
It's not?
I thought I had heard that too.
Same, that's what I heard.
And then we talked about that last week, I think, and then I had a lot of people tweet out at me.
Oh,
They were
good.
Like, they were like, actually, I think last minute they trimmed it down. Or
Okay,
something
because
like that.
I
It's
felt like, wow, that had the perfect Terrifier 3. I saw it on Saturday in a theater. It had the perfect runtime. I was never bored like I was with 2. I thought it was paced
That's cool.
well. I thought it actually, when you make like an indie horror movie and there's just shit in it because it looks cool,
Yeah.
like Terrifier 1. Like, and since seeing, Terrifier 2 on our tour, I went back and I rented Terrifier 1. I looked up his student film before that. And then I rewatched Terrifier 2 to kind of like get all of this story. And my point is that like when you make something cool early on in your life and you kind of have like mystical things happening and this is just looks cool, so we'll do that. Like, you don't need to explain any of that lore. But then when it's successful and now it's in theaters, like I can't believe I saw it in a fucking theater, like my local big theater with a sign on the concession stands, warning. Like they had a written notice up by where you buy your popcorn and your soda.
Terrifier 2 wasn't in theaters?
It may be limited release, but not at Regal and AMC.
So this is a wide release.
This is a wide release film with a big fucking warning placard they have to put
And
up by the ticket stand.
it was number 1 this weekend. I think.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It
So
was.
I thought
Wow.
pacing was great. Damon learned like every mistake, learned from every mistake he made, I feel like, with the story of 2. Because there was that retconning where he's trying to make this lore around all this weird shit he put in the first movie that kind of makes no sense. So it's real loose in 2. And it's also loose in 3, but it's good. I don't want an info dump. Like, this is why Art the Clown is this way. This is why this little girl with the glowing eyes was this way. This is why the girl with her face off. It's like, I didn't get the lore dump, but I got like a little piece of lore. Like they explain a little more. There's like a flashback scene with, remember her father's a comic book artist?
Yeah.
And you really get no context for like, what the fuck was that part of the story into? They breadcrumb a little more of it, but they don't like lore dump it on you. So I thought pacing wise and everything else, it was pretty decent. It was the best of all 3 of the stories. I will say the kills, it's hard to top what was in 2.
Really?
There's some new effects that he's mastered, which is like, I can only describe it as, do you remember the Jurassic Park toys had dino damage?
Oh, yeah.
So there's this cool
Love dino damage.
practical effect he uses in a lot of the kills in the 3rd movie where like
Human
a
damage.
body part gets struck and it's like, wow, there's like 3-dimensional gore effects going on with different body parts. Like someone gets their face smashed with a hammer or their hand, and you can see the depth of the damage and the effect and everything.
Okay.
There's just a lot of like cool new practical effects that I think he's using. But man, some of the stuff is hard to top from the second film.
Yeah.
I get that.
But
Yeah.
I really liked, if you're a horror fan and you're not grossed out by the amount of violence, check out Terrifier 3.
I definitely want to watch Terrifier 3, and Smile 2 comes out this week.
That's right. That was a good one. I liked Smile 1.
Yeah. Smile 1 I thought was kind of a derivative of It Follows.
Sure.
And I was like, this is a little hokey.
Very same
This is
vibe.
kind of corny. The ending of Smile, I was like, well, that shit fucking blew me away. The final scene of Smile kind of made up for how I felt about the rest of the movie. I was like, well, it all kind of sucked, but that was badass. And now I'm in for Smile 2.
Okay,
That's
hell yeah.
interesting. I never heard about it. Like Smile, I was aware it came out, but I didn't ever hear about it from anybody or whatever. I didn't even know if it was it good. I didn't know. But
Better
I
Night Swim.
was hearing good stuff about the new one though. I haven't seen it.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah, because I'm excited to see it.
The poster was blowing my mind because it's Jack Nicholson's son that's in it.
That's his son.
Yeah, so there's this guy smiling, and it's like, is that Jack Nicholson on the poster? Like, it's kind of cut up.
Whoa.
But then it's like, no, that's his son. It's like, yeah, he looks like a young Jack Nicholson.
That's
Dang.
wild.
You know what I mean? That smile.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely. Jack Nicholson has like a notoriously
Well,
evil smile.
Check him out in The Shining.
I found that out.
Google The
Look
Shining.
at that.
You know,
got
we
that
we
Aphex
talked
Twin
about the
smile.
substance last
Yeah,
week,
it really
Derek. You know, Nick, or not Nick Nolte. Who was the manager in the substance? Is that Quaid?
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Dennis Quaid's son is that main
Jack
character from The Boys.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And then
Yeah.
I saw a movie with him like smiling real big, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's that Dennis Quaid mouth. Like he looks
the guy-
just like his dad.
I haven't seen that, but Becca watches it. Homelander, is that the
No.
No.
the little blonde kid who's like working with
Does he have a name? Because
He's a good
I
guy.
can't remember.
I know his
Doesn't
name.
matter.
Shit, I forget.
Starfire's girlfriend.
He's
or
like the
whatever.
main good guy in that show.
Starfire's little human boyfriend guy.
You said you were going to watch The Substance and tell us if the ending was good or not.
yeah, Rocco, did you watch it?
I haven't finished it. I watched the first half and loved the first half, and it stopped and couldn't. I have
Too much
not been
cooter,
able to-
right?
Been able to continue.
In a dream, he watched the
yeah, I
first
think
half.
yeah. You left the theater? That's crazy. Wow.
No, I had pie at fuck that pirate. No! You can't.
Shit.
Well,
No.
what'd you think of your girl's performance in it?
Oh, that's looking. Yeah, we have.
Great so far. Doesn't seem like she's gonna have any problems. She became Margaret Qualley, and all's well.
Dude, I
haven't
still,
finished it though.
I still have not gotten back to Get Out, and it.
Oh, you didn't finish Get Out?
No, but I
You
started.
don't know if he gets out?
No, I started it, and
The
it's like
Jordan Peele movie?
well, so yeah. Yeah, I started watching it one day and then never went back to it for some reason. But it was like, oh yeah, so it's just like a weird dinner. It's you know the brother's a little off, but
Brother's like,
besides
you
that,
know,
it's,
MMA.
the
Seems
family
like it's working
nice
out for
enough.
him.
I don't know.
Seems like a nice family.
So that's as far as I'm aware.
All's
That's
well
all.
that ends
That's
well.
as far as I know. The
Why-
dinner's going fine.
Why does he want to get out? I
man.
want to get in.
That's what I felt about the Barbie movie. It was like, cool, Ken got a cool house and
Oh, and then you
it's
fell
all
asleep.
good. Yeah.
No, different.
Happy ending.
Wasn't that your first time you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Garrett at Comic-Con. He's just like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was late. I fell asleep, but yeah, it seemed pretty good. Ken got his cool house and
All his friends hanging
He's
out
got
with
the
him.
fur
And the
coat.
end credits.
yeah.
You know,
I would have loved if you saw it in the reverse order where you saw Oppenheimer that late. Yeah, I don't know. They were planning this bomb, but yeah, I guess they didn't do anything with it. I mean, that's probably for the best.
I mean, Oppenheimer got married. Seemed like good relationship.
Going well.
I fell asleep.
going
I
pretty
moved to the
well.
desert. I'll live there.
But yeah, anyway, I'll finish it for next. I did not have time. We were trying to find Shawn and I are doing our last anime movie of our movie club series. We were
Oh,
doing
do you want Wolf Children? I have it on Blu-ray for you.
we found it, and
We
it was
found it.
and it was unabashedly, I will say, Piracy was the only option. I think it was a Funimation licensed movie.
Yeah, it was.
And I think when they transitioned to when they were bought by Crunchyroll, that was one that fell between the cracks. It is nowhere.
I want to
anymore.
clarify that I was willing to pay money, subscribe to a service,
we had
do
money
whatever
lined
I
up.
had to do
Yes.
to watch this, and it was like I literally can't do it.
That
can't
is
do it.
our only option. Actually, we could have borrowed the Blu-ray.
No, I
Derek,
did.
but
I didn't pirate it. I bought.
One of
Thank
us.
you for letting me borrow it, Derek.
yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for
Bullshit.
that.
Who are you afraid of?
I didn't let you borrow it. You pirated it.
But we have watched it.
FBI
We
here?
have now
What are you
watched
doing?
it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, how are the viewers at home going to watch along with you guys? They
Well,
must have to own it.
We'll put the link on Patreon, so you can pirate it too.
It's going to be in the comments, guys. Third comment down.
This is a new perk of our Patreon, the Pirate Bay links, and we'll let you know the best ones.
Is
Read me
that site
files.
still running?
I think so.
I know people have like
looked at it.
tattoos of that logo.
I just know
Oh,
that
hey, it's still running.
Hell,
it's still running, but anytime I've heard about it in the last like 5 years, it's always someone I know who like, yeah, I couldn't get this one HBO show, so I got it from there, and then they got a letter.
Ooh,
That's all I ever hear about it
get
is like,
letters.
or you know, some movie like, oh yeah, no, it's on there, and then they got like a scary document.
I hate documents of all kind, but most of all scary ones.
That's great.
Don't like that.
But anyway, but yeah, it was unfortunate. But anyway, so that was I was like hunting that movie down all week and then finally watched it. But so I didn't finish it.
So that's gonna come out soon. I'll tell everyone at home. The plan is after the birthday party, I'm coming straight here with cake and pizza for Rocco. We're gonna record the episode and we'll put it up as soon as possible.
cool.
So
I know
that
people
is
have been
the plan.
looking forward to this episode of Movie Club, so I'm going to make sure I eat the cake and pizza during the
During it.
review so
During
that it's
it.
unlistenable.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's really sad what happened. He's a wolf.
That's it. He's a wolf.
And he's going to go in the forest.
Mhm.
I talk just like that when I chew.
Derek, are there any questions from the Patreon we want to get into?
I have stuff I want to talk about. We keep skipping over to the Patreon.
You keep skipping Rocco, Shawn.
Well, you should say it.
He's got stuff.
You
I always have, when I'm on the podcast, I got stuff to
He's
talk
holding
about.
a grudge about the Padres things.
Hey, are
No.
you guys playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom?
I did play finally a bunch more of it.
No, I'm not.
What about you, Garrett?
No, I didn't buy it. I did not play much of the previous one that was very similar. So
Seriously, the King-
Link's Awakening.
yeah,
Oh,
Link's Awakening
oh, me
remake.
neither.
So
Me
I just
neither.
knew like, ugh.
You don't need
Don't
to
buy
play
another
any of the
first-party
previous ones.
Nintendo.
They're like
No, I just don't want to spend $70 on a first party Nintendo game that I'll never play.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Well, Shawn, you haven't played it.
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, it's just you and me, Rocco. What do you think?
Are you wait real quick? Are you anti top down Zelda? Is this
Me?
Is it, yeah. Didn't we
Yeah.
talk about this?
Yeah. I
So now you see why I made fun of him with the Padres thing.
Oh, so you did make fun of me.
Yeah,
He admitted it.
Ah.
We got him. We
Ah.
finally got him.
I hate you.
I knew it.
That's you know.
So all the,
plays out
read
hey,
between the lines.
the 21% who thought he wasn't being mean in the poll, guess
Ah,
what?
I was mean.
He just confessed.
Nah, it was me.
Busted him.
No, yeah, I'm further into it. It's cool. I really am enjoying it now.
How many dungeons have you completed?
Oh, I'm not that far. I'm in like maybe the second one now or something, but I haven't even finished it. But yeah, I like it. For a little bit there, I was kind of feeling like this is a top. I mean, this is a top. I kind of felt like this is a top-down Zelda, but with more complications. For a minute, I was like,
Let me,
what are we doing?
yeah.
But it's gotten better as I played. I get more like abilities, and I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this.
I feel like I kind of wasn't enjoying it as much as a regular Zelda as
Mhm.
well. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm gathering. You're saying when I was
At
playing
a point, I'm enjoying it a little bit more now, but there was a point I had that. feeling.
honestly, I'm playing it just being like, can I just be Link?
Yeah.
This would be a lot more fun if I had a sword.
Yeah.
They give you the ability to turn into Link,
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
but it is on a meter that drains, and you have to refill
Oh.
that meter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Once I got that though, I was kind of having fun. Like the more abilities I got like that, I was like, okay, I'm kind of having fun. Like it added an interesting dynamic, but yeah, for a minute there, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I don't really use the turn into Link feature because it is so like sparing that you're allowed to use it.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
It's my opinion is it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I am probably a little bit further than you.
Yeah.
About the third dungeon I just beat, so I'm moving on to the fourth
Yeah.
one. It got so cutscene heavy
Yeah.
that I was
yeah.
like, hey, I don't care about
Yeah.
this story
yeah.
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
point where I want to sit through this.
Mhm.
Rifts are taking over Hyrule and they're sucking in our friends. Yeah, got it. I'm going to go in there and save them. Right. Let me go. Well, no, but these people are fighting. They can't go into the rift because they're having an argument. All right. Do I got to put them together? I did it. Well, now they're going to talk it out. Okay. It was
Yeah.
just so much of that. I was,
Yeah. I agree.
and then, the puzzle solving aspect, the using the wand to create enemies, that's all right. But again, it's not my favorite Zelda.
But I will say the puzzle stuff is kind of cool. But you realize about 85% of them can be solved with beds.
Oh, yeah. He's
In case you're ever stuck, like, oh, here's a bunch of, clearly they want me to do this and this and this and this, or you could just use a bunch of beds.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it's it really wants to be different than other top-down Zelda games, but in doing that, it's like, well, was different better?
Yeah. I'm not using beds to solve everything, but I feel like everybody has their one thing that pretty much solves. For me, there's a spider that you can attach yourself to, and he'll crawl over anything. So half the shit is like, well, I guess I'm just going to spider crawl over this shit. I literally, at one point in the game, there's a giant rock, and you unlock abilities to like telepathically move the giant rocks.
Yeah.
I got around that rock using just fucking technique. I just hopped over it, and then I was like, where the fuck? How do I progress in here? And I went through more of the dungeon, and I was like, I'm stuck. And I had to look it up. I was like, oh yeah, you were supposed to like engage with that rock. And then your little buddy gives you a new ability. I was like, I didn't know. I beat the rock using the tools you gave me.
Yeah.
But I'm playing it. You know, I'm moving along. Hopefully it gets a little bit more fast-paced and spicy as we go.
But I agree with the cutscene-ness of it, though. You know, Link's Awakening was formerly a Game Boy game, so it wasn't that long in there anyway. Like, there's a little bit of that, but, you know, they didn't add much more to the cutscenes or whatever in the remake. They didn't, you know. I thought the ratio of that kind of stuff was pretty good. Yeah, this one, it cares a little too much about the story. I'm just like, I'm good. It's interesting. This is the first one that Miyamoto's name is not in the credits.
Really?
This is the first one he had no involvement in whatsoever.
Interesting.
So yeah, it is kind of interesting to see you know, what they did with it. And I don't think it's bad. It's fun. I'm having fun, but yeah, it feels like different for different sake. And I haven't really done anything where I'm like, damn, this is cool that they did this other angle, you know, to Zelda. I'm kind of just going, yeah, could have just given me a normal one. I probably would have been happier.
Yeah, it kind of feels like different for different sake, almost like inferior because it's so like trying to be outside the box. And I think that's getting in the way of me just having an enjoyable game experience.
And you play as a girl.
Speaking of,
you know,
they emasculate Link. That's a whole nother level.
We won't get into that.
We're not going to get into that.
On our Patreon, we get into that.
Speaking of boxes, I picked up the new Mario Party this morning.
Yes.
I haven't opened it, so I can't review it yet. I love the Mario Party games, especially the last couple. They had a time where they really, really sucked, but now they kind of figured it out. There is a thing where you buy the game that gives you 3 months free of Nintendo Online.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
For some fucking reason, they took up a quarter of the cover of the game to say that. It's like
that's ugly.
It's like, here's the art for the game, and then the bottom that much is just like free, whatever. It's like not a sticker you can take off. It's just like there's no artwork.
Oh, that sucks.
Why would you do this? Like put a sticker. Like
put it on the cellophane because you're only going to use that once.
One time. Put it inside the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like why am I for all time I look at this game like, I got that 3 months. Remember those 3 months I got?
Yeah.
Dude,
like that's
what
so
a great 3 months
ugly.
that
Why
was.
would
It's
they
terrible.
do that?
It's terrible for physical game collectors now. We're in like the worst
It
period.
is like
dude.
gross. Like who cares?
That's ugly.
yeah.
Speaking of bad for physical game collectors, it's really funny too because you know, I know that retail and stores and stuff have changed and it's not as plentiful to find that stuff.
Sure,
whatever, but the last few weeks have been big release games. That Zelda came out, the Silent Hill remake, you know, there's others too. And I have all these, I'll go pick them up at Best Buy. Like, okay, I want them that day. I'm going to go to, you know, in-store pickup and go get it. And they'll have it and it's fine. But each of these times, Johnny has come with me where he's like, oh, I don't have that reserved, but I'll go with you and I'll go pick it up at Best Buy. And every time it was the same. It's like we didn't learn our lesson. Every time it was like, no, we don't have it. We don't have it. It's like, you don't have, this is a new game. It just came out. Yeah, we just got like the few for the people who reserved it. It's like, there's none on that.
Yeah.
You have a video game section. You don't have the new Zelda in the video game section?
This year,
Nope.
This is the first time this is happening to me, but there's been several games where it's like, okay, I want that. Like Lollipop Chainsaw got a remake. Shadows of the Damned got a remake. Everything's fucking remake, which is a whole nother argument. But I'm like, God dang it. I don't want to buy these at full price. Oh, I'll get these later or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I just looked. Yeah, they were only limited run.
Yeah.
They're both sold out. Yeah, you missed the boat on that. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Is this going to happen when I go to get Delta? Is this going to happen when I try to get Silent Hill 2 when that gets a price drop?
Yeah, that's been up on Amazon. Delta has, so at least there you could.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay full price. Like, I want to buy these before Christmas, after Black Friday, when they're all $10 cheaper. But I'm really in this situation, I think, in 2024, where like that's not going to happen for the first time. Like, physically, they're not going to be in stores. Already, I would be playing Dead Rising Remaster.
Yeah.
Didn't get a physical copy. It's kind of up in the air. Like December.
November.
Yeah,
Okay.
it comes out.
Amazon still says December 31, which is that placeholder date. That means nothing.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well,
Well,
I'm really kind of at the point where, like, yeah, I'm not able to get the games I want to collect anymore.
well, I was gonna say, so yeah, that happened to me and Johnny multiple times. Every time it was like, you don't have this new thing, like, okay, and every time it's been the same thing where Best Buy doesn't have it, so it's like, oh, there's a GameStop nearby. And we've gone to GameStop each time, which I don't want to keep shopping at GameStop. I don't. And it was like, well, whatever. It was quick last time. It was pretty painless. Let's just go again. Okay. And we went there, and it was the epitome of, I think Johnny will back me up on this. It was the epitome of the classic GameStop retail scenario that you never want to be in.
Ugh.
Where we walk in and there are two employees at the counter, and neither of them are addressing me or Johnny standing there. They're both talking to a girl at the counter. Yeah, so how many hours they give you? Oh God, like, 20. Yeah, see, that's fucked up. They got to give you more. They're supposed to give you more. Right? Yeah, it's only going to be 25 next week. Yeah, see, it's supposed to be more than that. And Johnny and I are there for 8 minutes, just like, you're going to acknowledge that we're at the counter? We're standing at the counter? Oh. Yeah, ever since they opened, and one guy is typing on a computer, and it's like, is he logging in to help us? Not addressing us. And then after like 10 minutes, okay, yeah, what were you looking for? It's like the fucking Silent Hill. Just give me, yeah, okay. But it just goes on and on and on and on. And it's like, yeah, that's why I didn't want to come in here. It happens to me every time I go.
I go to GameStop straight away. I don't even try
Me
Best
too.
Buy or Walmart, just because I know that they usually have the games I want. It's never that, but last time I was at GameStop, I think I pissed the guy off
Oh, no.
because he kept trying to upsell me shit.
Yeah,
That's always.
And I was just like, not polite, but like curt, I'm
Yeah.
like, I got Zelda there. That was, I went straight there. Can I get Echoes of the Kingdom? Yeah, sure. And well, first of all, I was like, do you have a copy of Echoes of the Kingdom? He said, let me look it up for you. What's your email?
Yeah, they
I
asked
was
us for
like,
info. I'm like,
fuck?
no.
Why do I need to give you my email or my phone number, one of those, to like look up your inventory? But whatever. All right, fuck it. Here's my info. Okay, yep, we have a copy, and I do notice your GameStop account is expired. Do you want to renew it? No. Oh, okay. Well, let me get the game for you, and I'll let you know. There's a little thing on that. If you want to sign up for the GameStop credit card, you will save 10%. Yet, no. And I hit no immediately, and he kept telling me, and you save 10% and you get points the more you use it. He did this whole spiel, and I was like, oh, I hit no within 2 seconds. Yeah. Okay, well, here's the game, and would you like to get game insurance on this?
Jesus
An extra
Christ.
$5. And then he said something that I almost laughed in his face. I caught myself, and maybe I was a little rude, but he was like, we'll replace the game no matter what happens, even if the pins fall out of the cartridge.
What the
I
fuck
thought-
is he talking about?
I'm sorry, do the pins fall out of the Nintendo game
They
cartridges?
normally have a pin problem.
Has
here.
that ever fucking happened?
Yeah.
No, I think I'll be all right. I've been buying games for 30 years.
You know what's weird? Because they only do that for games.
Yeah.
The warranty. They do that at like all the stores too. Like I think Target and Walmart also
Yeah,
says
it's-
like, do you want to get the
Protection
warranty
program.
Or, yeah. And it's
Protection
like
plan.
It's upsell bullshit that the
but
corporate...
like I feel like why is it just video games? Why is
Because they're
that?
more expensive.
Because it's kids and they know kids are dumb.
Or is it old people buying for their kids?
Yeah,
who
Yeah,
don't?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
that too.
imagine any other business where they try to sell you insurance and then make up scenarios that would never fucking
Never
happen.
happened.
Hey, here's your car. If you want to get extra insurance, it'll protect your car. Even if like the steering wheel comes off when you're driving.
Dude.
Like, what?
Okay, so I know a long time ago I told that story about how I had that terrible car salesman.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
whatever. One thing I never brought up was later on, after I had bought the car, whatever, I came back to do some paperwork, or whatever. I went into the office to do some paperwork, and it was that. The woman was like, hey, so there's a few things you could get. You get extra coverage that extend your warranty. And I was like, okay, probably the standard warranty is fine. And then it was that. It was like, well, I recommend there's the computer one, the computer just shits itself and just goes haywire, then you're good. It's like, is that planned to take place?
Yeah, because I'm not going to buy the car.
She said something like that, where it's like, well, it's like the whole dashboard. So if the wheel goes off, or just like the computer glitches out, or the wheel comes off, and it was like
steering wheel.
Yeah, and it was all of what you just said. It was like, should I not be buying this car?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're telling me is going to happen.
If somebody
here.
ever presents that to you,
Yeah.
if you're a GameStop
plan?
and they say, in case the pins fall out of your cartridge, just hit them with, has that ever happened?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Is that yeah.
If that happens, you're not going to take this back. That's going to be on me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I think she literally said if the computer shits itself. And I was like, well, let's hope that computer doesn't shit itself.
I started doing this
Margaret.
thing when I get an oil change, because I go to this place and they ask about everything. The oil, you want to get your tires rotated, or the new air filter, or like wipers. And I'm like, I always pull up and go, just the oil change today, nothing else, thank you.
Yeah.
And I start with that.
That's
and
good.
They usually be like, all right. And it's like, don't ask me any more questions after that, because I don't want to, I got it. It's fine.
Do they take the air filter out and show it
They
to
always
you?
show you, yeah, but
full
not-
of bugs and leaves,
not-
and you're like, no thanks. And they go, okay, we're going to put it right
It's
back in.
$50. You sure you don't want to replace
It's
that?
like, you dumb fucker. Shake it upside down a little before you put it back in, you dick.
The place
He
that
put it back in my car covered in leaves, bugs, and everything. He's like,
you want the leaves and
okay,
bugs.
you don't want the $45 part that you could get online for $15? No, I don't. Okay, I'm going to put it all back in like this. It's like, you asshole. You fucking asshole. I can see the leaves and bugs and shit. Now you're shoving it back in. Like, dump it upside down.
You got to be specific.
dick.
Like, nah, just shake that off and stick it back in.
Yeah, I should. I honestly, I want to tell you guys, like 8 or 9 years ago, I got so fed up with all of this corporate fucking manager
You got the creep.
making the employee upsell you shit that you don't need. I just was like, I'm going to watch tutorials on YouTube. I'm going to start doing all this shit myself. I've been changing my own oil.
Yeah.
I've been
nice.
rotating my tires and changing my fucking brakes and all of that shit, because the last thing I want to do is go deal with a goddamn upsell.
Saving money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
but anyway, buying the game. What were we saying about that? Oh yeah, they upsold you the thing. When they asked, what's your email?
That's
I think it was phone number, but yeah, they need
either
some
way.
information.
But either way, that's happened to me in a couple different businesses, and I now have a firm reaction to that, where I go, oh, don't have a good one right now.
Don't have a good one.
You just
used to say
don't have
not
a good
allowed
one
to.
right now, and they'd be like, oh, okay, and then they just bypass it. But there was one place that didn't work. Was I stayed at a hotel once in Anaheim just to like crash for the night. I don't know if it was before game days or something was going on, but I just needed to stay for the night. I don't care. I'll stay at this place. And I did. And it was like really egregious. It wasn't just like, what's a good phone number? Because sometimes they might want that. You need that to check in.
Yeah.
It was, what's your address?
Address.
And I'm like, I don't have, and I did the same thing. I don't have a good one right now.
yeah.
And they tried to fire back. They went, you don't have a home address? To which I responded, that's why I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And they had nothing.
Got 'em.
They were, well, yeah, you need a place to stay. Okay.
Yeah.
You need a place to stay. But it was like, why you need my home address so I can go sleep in there? Like,
Rocco, I've been with you where that question would come up and you would say, oh, I'm not allowed. Do you remember that? Back when you were younger, that was always, all right, we're going to need a phone number. Oh, sorry, not allowed.
so not allowed.
Yeah.
And they would move on. They'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
he's
I
not
think
allowed.
you just tell them, like, I don't give that information out. And then what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Not sell you.
I've
the
seen
thing?
old
Yeah.
people do that, like old people in line. And it's like, sir, we're just wanting to get you to log in.
Yeah.
I don't give that information
I don't
out.
give that out.
Hey, question from the Patreon. If you subscribe to our Patreon, we take questions and topics to talk about.
It's for you, Shawn.
Every week. Rocco, what apps are you using on the Vision Pro?
Oh, no.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I have to go pick it up later today because it got sent into Apple for a second time.
Uh-oh.
the first time there was a known issue where the glass was splitting.
Yeah.
And I took it in. They were like, "Yeah, known issue. We'll take care of it." Okay. And then this time,
What do you mean the glass was splitting?
the glass on the front,
Yeah.
just on its own, was cracking down the middle. It was just there was a crack getting longer and longer and longer. And yeah, people online were like, "No, it's a known issue." Like, I don't think they shipped that many of them, and it just like started splitting on some people when it got hot or something. So got that replaced, and then the other day we did something with it, and one of the eyes went pink, digital pink eye. It was dyed pink, and I brought it in, and yeah, I got a call last night. Yeah, we're just replacing this. You come get a new one.
Whoa.
Ooh.
A new one.
So the app, they updated it recently and added new environments. They added a Bora Bora, and at the same time added the keyboard pop-out feature. Now you can see the keyboard even if you have the environment all the way on. So I've been doing emails in Bora Bora. That's what I've been doing.
Well,
That's the app.
I've gotten
It's
used
not really
to
an app, but it's a built-in app. Yeah.
Derek, I don't know how you feel or Garrett as well. Like talking to Rocco wearing it now, it's not weird anymore. Like when he walked in at first and like it was just like I didn't know to talk to him or not, but now it's like
I see it on him and I just figure like, oh, he's working. Like I won't bug him.
No, I talked to him. And I'm just like, I just
you see through it like glasses.
It's not like as weird as I thought.
But to me, it's like it's someone on their laptop. Like I'm not going to go interrupt them if they're typing on their laptop because I know like they're in the middle of a thought or a thing. So when I see you with the headset on, I'm like, well, he's probably like doing something with it.
I always feel like Rocco's not really paying attention when I'm talking to him if he has the Vision Pro on.
Oh, well, I mean, I am. I'm looking at you just like a normal.
Like,
yeah,
even-
you're looking at me, but there's probably like a YouTube video playing in one eye.
No.
And like a Twitter feed in the other.
No, it's
and-
Yellowstone playing on Apple
AirPods,
TV.
when the AirPods came out, they had transparency mode. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, this is the coolest thing. I'll keep it in transparency mode and then I can talk to people, no problem. Well, no one else
Talks to you.
Yeah.
to me because they're like, well, you have earphones in.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Because I'll start a
Well,
conversation and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, they
And then
live.
I'm like, I take it out and then it's like, oh, they'll engage with you now.
You know, if somebody's talking to me, I will like put my phone away and
yeah.
Yes.
engage with
I
them. But if
really
you were talking
try.
to me and I was like, yeah. And I was holding a phone in front of me. You're probably thinking this guy's not fucking giving a shit about what I'm saying.
You know what was the Apple thing too that was also a problem socially?
Yeah.
Was the watch. At any given point when I'm doing stuff, I'll get notifications. Okay, so and so's here, so and so's here. But
Oh.
what sucks
When
is
you're in a conversation.
socially.
Yeah.
If Derek's talking to me and
Oh, yeah.
he's telling me a story, if I go like that, it always feels like, oh, sorry, should I speed up?
Yeah. Oh,
story?
do you have someone else to
You know
meet?
what I mean?
It
But it's
does.
like, no, it's just someone at the door. Yeah, no, I didn't mean. It's just something tapped my wrist. That's it, But it never socially feels good. It's always like,
Yeah, you're right.
So I had to really limit a lot of the notifications on it. It's like
I sneak.
get it
Oh,
down
you
to nothing.
sneak.
Yeah, because I wear the
yeah,
I wear
on
the
the
watch
inside.
on the inside of the wrist, so I just hit a little tap like that. Oh, didn't
Yeah.
even know I
Oh,
did
he's
it.
just looking at his palms.
Yeah.
But no.
But but anyway, on the Vision Pro, just doing emails on the beach, and then I'll have I like to have a collection of disposable TV shows I can just have on in the corner while I'm doing stuff.
Fuller House.
And Home Improvement, stuff like that. But actually lately I'm in season 3 of Yellowstone
Oh,
because it was like $20 for the whole show on Apple. And I realize now 3 seasons in, that show is Yakuza in Montana.
yeah. I can see that.
It's the same kind of thing. Battle over land. I'm going to cut this guy's hand off. So that's what I've been doing.
I think we had a meeting the other day. You had the Apple Vision Pro on and you had your MacBook open
Yeah.
in your lap. And I
Yeah.
thought, there's no way he's perceiving anything I'm saying right
Yeah.
now. I have to go through so many barriers and you're checking your watch at the same time. And I'm like, I am the least attention grabbing thing in this
It
conversation.
makes if you're looking at your MacBook, it pops it to the Vision Pro and makes like an IMAX screen out of it. So that's what I was looking at. But I have a setting where it pops if someone starts talking to me, it actually fades you in.
Yeah,
It actually.
So I'm like the little paper clip in the corner
You're like-
of your.
You're clippy.
By the way, I have a question for
You're clippy.
Your bonsai
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Your
a
bonsai buddy. Yeah. Anyway,
I have a memory. You just said Bonsai Buddy. Did Rosie O'Donnell voice the Bonsai Buddy?
in the film
What film?
Bonsai Buddy film.
No, is that a weird false memory I'm just having? Because like I have a very distinct tie
Did Bonsai
between
Buddy have
Rosie
a
O'Donnell
voice?
and
I don't
Bonsai
know.
Yeah,
Buddy.
they sing.
Hey everybody, I'm the
Bonsai Buddy would sing you Daisy If you ask it,
Daisy,
Daisy.
It wasn't Rhodey, Rosie.
No,
she wasn't
I
throwing
don't think
couches at you.
That wasn't Rosie.
Maybe you conflated Daisy and Rosie and your brain filled
Maybe,
in the gaps.
Yeah.
That's why Bonsai Buddy every now and then would go, steel beams, melted by flame, right? That's happened. That's never happened in the history of the U.S. before. Okay.
Any?
Did you ever see that video?
Here's a question. Any spooky season horror content recommendations, movies, books, or games? What's your go-to thing when it's Halloween time and you just want to experience something, or anything you want to recommend to people?
Halloween. Horror movies. I mean, I'm trying to watch a horror movie like every day.
Do you have one that you would recommend to people?
I mean, I like to go through my favorites, and I'm trying to get Rocco and Shawn here to watch The Crow, which isn't a horror movie, but it is a Halloween movie.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
But yeah, I'll rewatch The Crow. I'll
love
throw
The
on
Crow.
like Evil Dead.
The Crow comic book is great too.
Yeah. Those are my recommendations.
Yeah, I'm like the worst with Halloween. Like I've never really liked Halloween that much, and so like I'll watch like Psycho or The Shining. One of those two, maybe.
Those are your go-tos?
Yeah, those two. One of the ones I like. But I usually don't watch those, honestly. So I'm not the most excited for Halloween.
I've been going through like all the Conjuring movies because I've never seen them, and they're
all right.
Yeah, I'm
They're
just
all right.
not. I don't like American horror in the last 20 years like I do Italian from 40 years ago or Japanese from 20 years ago.
Yeah. I like the Paranormal Activity series, but I like number 1, 3, and 5. And 2, 4, and
The
6
odds.
are the bad ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, the odds are good and the evens are bad. This Halloween season, I've been reading Pet Sematary by Stephen King. It's really good. I don't really read Stephen King too often, but I went back. He says this is the scariest book he ever wrote. I like it. It's very folksy. It's very like comforting. The characters are just like down to earth kind of New England folks, and they talk like this. The character from the movie, Sometimes Dead is Better.
Oh, yeah.
That character is just like that. He has that kind of dialect that you can perceive when you're reading this.
Oh, that's cool.
He
It's
doesn't
in
say
his voice.
yes in the book. His character always goes, "Oh yeah, YUH, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, that's
Don't
what
go down
happens.
that road.
Oh yeah,
Not
people
wrong.
they know about this cemetery going
Not
way
wrong,
back.
son.
Oh, a Wendigo is back there.
I only know that from South Park because every now and then that guy shows
That
up.
road.
They would just bring that guy into the story for no reason.
Yeah. That road. Oh, you know.
Been really
that's better.
enjoying Pet Cemetery. I don't know if I recommended Incidents Around the House, the book by John Mallerman, but it's a horror story from the perspective of like a 5-year-old girl who sees a ghost in her closet that she calls Other Mommy. And then other
That's
people,
scary.
her parents think she's making it up or going through a phase until they have a party and one of their guests is like, "What the fuck is that thing behind the couch?" and like runs out of the house. And the girl's like, "Oh yeah, that was Other Mommy." And the parents are like, what is this? And it kind of just starts spiraling
That sounds good.
from there. Incidents Around the House by John Mallerman. Great book. I read it in like a week. It was such a fast read.
Sounds like a better Skinamarink story.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I did not like Skinamarink at all.
I was just gonna say, my favorite thing to do every Halloween is I have to watch The Shining. I just
Okay.
I could have that on 24/7. There's so many things I like about it. So I'll do that's like tradition, and then I always like to watch that and one new one that I've never seen, like some 80s horror movie I've never seen. And I feel like if I watch them all in a row, I won't remember. I'll forget stuff. But every year, it's like, you know what? This year I'm gonna watch this one. I've never seen Creepshow. I'm gonna watch that.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
I finally did like 2 nights ago. I never saw it before, and I watched it. I got a 4K Blu-ray of it.
Creepshow is a classic. I watched that when I was a kid on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And the Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
that's the one that I saw, and that like blew my mind as a kid. I went back and watched it as an adult. I'm curious what you thought about the whole movie. Some of them
Yeah.
are good. Some of them are kind of like I could do without them.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the story? There's like 5 stories.
Yeah.
First one kind of sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah, the first one was the Father's Day thing.
Yeah, Father's birthday.
Right, yeah. It was okay.
Yeah, but what did you think of the rest of Creepshow?
It was good. I enjoyed it all as a corny 80s, spooky movie.
Yeah.
But I was bummed because when it ended, I was like, that would be really fun in a group. Like seeing that at like, the at the theater, like if they reran it at a theater,
What about the
it'd be
tour
fun to
van?
see it with a bunch of people. Yeah, or the van, that it would have been, by myself, it was fine, but I think it was like, this is, you put this on like during a Halloween party or
Yeah.
something. It'd be fun as a group to watch it. But
Did
I
you,
thought
did you
it
have
was
a
fun.
favorite of all of them?
The kind of the stupidest one, Stephen King fucking around with a meteor that fell in his farm
Oh yeah,
was like the most pointless.
he wrote
but-
the movie.
Yeah. But it was kind of like fun to watch it. It had good practical effects and it was just weird watching it. And he wants to sell the meteorite to pay back a $200 loan that he got. And that cracked me up.
Stephen King plays his farmer, and a meteor lands on his property.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rocco says, he's like, I can make money off this. So he picks it up and starts planning to sell it. But slowly, the meteor starts turning him into a plant.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was like kind of stupid and pointless, but I was like kind of laughing during it. I don't know. I enjoyed that. So I maybe that's my favorite, but
My favorite
yeah.
is the box under the stairs.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of the scariest one.
Yeah,
so
I think
could,
so.
Yeah. I could see that. But I liked one thing I didn't know it was going to have was all the, it was almost like, not quite, but almost like our Sweeted videos. It was like IRL comic effects where they're scared by something and then they would light a starburst behind their head. Or a bunch of, it was almost like anime. Like a guy gets scared and there's a bunch of blue lines behind him on the wall. Like, and it was all, they're just emulating the effects because it's based on a comic series. And it was like, I guess they reached out to Tom Savini to like, hey, we want those comic effects, those exaggerated effects in real life.
Oh, and
he was
did
like,
them?
okay, yeah. And so he was on set like, all right, when this happens, hit the wall with this red starburst. Like,
I might be wrong. I think they made the movie to be like a comic, and then the actual comic came out later.
Okay, maybe that's true.
So they were like, we used to read Tales from the Crypt. We used to read Vault of Horror.
What it was. Yeah.
What if we made a movie that was like an anthology comic like that, and we called it Creepshow?
It was more to just emulate the comic vibe. Yeah,
exactly.
But I just didn't expect that. So that was a really neat touch. So yeah, it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Shawn, it's a bunch of short stories. One of them has Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen in it.
All right.
They're both like known for comedy.
Yeah,
this is like a horror story.
But it's not funny.
No.
That's cool.
Leslie Nielsen basically has a habit of I think he finds his wife is cheating on him with Ted Danson.
Yeah.
And so he gets revenge by kidnapping them, and he buries them at the beach up to their neck in sand, so just their head is sticking
waits
out.
the tide to come in.
Lets the tide in to come kill them. But then there's a twist, and they get their revenge on him.
Dang.
Won't give it away, but that's a real memorable one.
That short is called Cheers versus Naked Gun. It's the crossover everyone's been waiting
Who
for.
wins?
Ted Danson
CVNG
is probably one of my favorite actors. I don't know what it is about him. I see him, I just get happy. I love Ted Danson.
He looks so odd with that white hair.
I don't think he's one of the best. No way. I think that's great.
Growing up, he was always around.
Yeah. All the shows that he's in, I'm always happy to see him.
I didn't see him for 20 years, and he showed up on TV again, and it was like, what the fuck? Did someone scare him really bad? What happened?
Oh, sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
No. That was it.
I glanced over to another question here, and it reminded me of a story I have. The question is, how do you guys feel about fast food collabs going on recently? What would your guys' dream fast food collab be? I just want to say I went to Wendy's.
God.
On our way to Knott's. Me
yeah.
and Johnny went to Knott's, and we stopped at Wendy's to get the Krabby Patty burgers.
Yeah.
We go in there. First of all,
Uh-oh.
there's a fucking family with like 10 fucking like toddlers running around Wendy's, screaming their heads off.
Unsupervised?
They're literally like fighting in the Wendy's, and the mom is like sitting at a table being like, stop fighting, stop fighting, stop fighting. Hey, stop fighting. Hey, I'm talking to you. Stop fighting. And I was like, all right, I'm just being cool. I don't want to make any parent feel like bad, but I'm just standing there just being like, this is fucking wild, man. You got to take care of these fucking kids, dude. I'm not saying anything. I'm just thinking it to myself.
Them or something.
I can tell the parents are feeling embarrassed. The dad is like it's like they had an individual order for every kid. What do you want? Chicken nuggets? All right, I'm gonna ring you up for that. All right, hold on. I got a different card to use. What'd you want? Burger? Okay. It was fucking like 15, 20 minutes. Finally, we get up to order the Krabby Patty, and right before we do, I don't know Johnny, maybe you pointed it out, but he's like, is that sign real? And we look over and there's a sign that says, we are out of meat products
I
What?
saw that post.
for all burgers. By the way, it didn't say we're out of beef patties.
Meat products.
We are out of meat products for hamburgers.
Even Impossible, they're out of it.
I guess that, yeah, they basically no burgers.
Damn.
Wow.
No burgers. So I was like,
Just chili.
is that for real? He's like, yeah, sorry. And I was like, okay, I guess we're not getting the Krabby Patty. I took a picture of it, and Johnny did too. We both tweeted it at Wendy's. Did you get a response? No, I didn't. Me neither, because they know that's bad. I was like,
They
hey,
fucked up.
Wendy's, what's up with this?
Oh.
They're running scared. They were real quiet.
Did you? So you never had it?
I could not.
I didn't get it. I
was-
got a fucking spicy chicken sandwich, which I didn't want, and I waited like half an hour to order it, but
I was cracking up because, yeah, you guys were talking about, like, I got to try the Krabby Patty. Somebody was like, don't spoil it. I don't remember which of you guys, but it was like, yeah, Krabby Patty. And then as soon as you guys left, I like went to the bathroom, got out of the bathroom, checked my phone, and immediately you guys had posted at a Wendy's with no meat. And I was just like, damn, that's it. It's halfway through day one of the promotion. So that was amazing.
I've been through a Popeye's chicken drive-through once, and they announced, "Hey, I'm sorry, we're out of chicken."
Close the doors.
I've also been in a Subway once, and they're like, "We're out of bread."
I
Sorry.
worked that. I lived through that on the other end.
I just think like all you sell are sandwiches. How the fuck are you
when
out
we
of
worked
bread?
at Subway,
tell
we
you.
locked the door.
Yeah, we
and we
locked
put a
it.
sign, you know,
out of bread.
out of yeah.
But that would happen because a lot of times, like
You didn't bake enough.
well, no, like the machine that we used or whatever, like would
Oh.
fuck up, or there's a lot of things like it wasn't like always.
So it's
our
out of
fault.
your control. Like the machine's broken. I can't make more bread.
Yeah,
Got ya.
Yeah.
That always boggled my mind. It's like you're a chicken shop, you're out of chicken. You're a sandwich place, you're out of bread. You don't
Yeah.
have a backup in the back.
Well, I get it. Wendy's, the Krabby Patty was so popular, they sold out of literally all their burgers.
Yo.
By the way, I didn't get the Krabby Patty, but as far as I saw, Wendy's, it just had a sign in the window that was like a SpongeBob poster. And the Krabby Patty just looked like a regular ass Wendy's hamburger.
Yeah, this is what I didn't want to spoil last week is that people were showing me pictures of them getting it, and it was like
Has Thousand Island
yep,
on it instead of mayonnaise.
burger patty,
Oh, they
and
get that in
lettuce.
and out.
And I was like, this whole promotion is you put a SpongeBob poster up
yes,
and you changed one sauce. You put Thousand Island instead of mayonnaise on it. How is this in the universe of SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yep.
But it worked because they sold out of burgers.
You know what was a seeing through the Matrix moment for me as at a formative age was when they did like Power Rangers SpaghettiOs and they didn't shape them. It was like
yeah.
they're just the
It was
rings,
just on the
like the
can,
normal.
yeah.
Yeah, it
They
was
just
like
printed a new label.
yeah, and I looked for
sucks.
that ever since then. I was a sharp
But
8-year-old.
I was polite to the guy behind the counter. I said, "I'm like, is that sign for real? You got no more burgers?" He's like, "Yeah, sorry." I was like, "All right, well, give me a chicken sandwich." He's like, "Okay." He was cool with me. He was at the end of his shift, and while I was eating my food, the next guy came in, and I could tell that dude had a bad day because he's like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Well, we're out of burgers today." And the guy was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, today we are KFC." And I was like, "All
Johnny
right."
told me
yeah,
that.
He's
That's
like, "Yeah,
funny.
have fun." And then he just like took off out of there.
Oh,
All right.
The one thing I
We're
did
probably
want
having
to
a bad
try is
time.
they had a pineapple frosty. Did you guys get to try that?
That was part of the meal. We didn't get the meal.
I asked. They said they only had chocolate frosties.
That's right, Johnny. I'm sorry, you told me that.
Out of everything.
That was the one thing I was like I wanted to know about.
Damn.
Jeez.
Damn.
Hey,
Well, yeah. So, question: how do we feel about fast food collabs? I think that they are marketing bullshit.
yes.
I
and,
never get them.
They're unnecessary and they're never executed well.
They
So,
are all stupid until the day that we have one, and then it's gonna be cool as fuck. So get
I
ready for
did
that.
like the Travis Scott one. That was different.
Well,
They had fries.
I mean, even didn't his come with like a weird toy with like 5 eyes on it or something?
No.
No.
Fucked up grimace
No.
or something.
No, it
No.
was just
All of that
burger and fries.
I'm gonna repeat the sentiment of your tweet, Rocco, that's been in my head for a week.
uh-huh.
Miss me with that shit.
Everyone on my timeline was like going through all this bullshit with that SpongeBob thing.
Yeah.
Including you guys. Everyone, it was you guys doing that, and other people like I got stuck in the drive-thru for an hour and I had to just leave. And it was my whole timeline was turmoil. So I tweeted, miss me with that SpongeBob shit.
That made me laugh.
But I think people took that as just like a general term. Like,
oh no, I knew what you were talking about.
Not even a specific thing, just like say,
fuck
like an
Patrick.
insult. Like, hey, miss me with that SpongeBob shit you got going on there, But no, I meant specifically all the incidents happening with the burger. I did want to say before we continue, we do have the greatest store you've ever been to on the World Wide Web.
Oh, shop.mega64.com.
Shop.mega64.com. I hope you knew that because we got apparel. Yes, the best. Have we got physical media of all kinds? I'm talking Blu-rays of our work that you can support and buy and watch with commentary out the wazoo. Yes, we've got that. We've got vinyl, our soundtrack on vinyl. We've got everything. Go to shop.mega64.com. Today we have a Mega64 Legacy merch drop. It's a collection celebrating who else? Us. You can get our trademark hoodie. You can get which has like various logos from our past, hip hop style hoodie. We have a 64 rug, neon 64 rug. We've got sunglasses put back in stock. We've got even a gold L block pin celebrating the 20th anniversary of one of our most iconic videos. We've got all kinds of stuff that went up today. Go to shop.mega64.com and peruse for yourself and pick it up. Last week we stocked a bunch of stuff, gamer related stuff. Our Gamers Rights shirt sold out in like under a minute, what we had in stock. So we opened up a pre-order if you missed out on that. I believe it's still up right now. So
and this is your like last chance to get
that.
shirt.
Yeah, that pre-order is coming down soon. So probably this weekend. So get on it, shop.mega64.com and patreon.com/mega64. We put all kinds of exclusive stuff on there. Our movie club show that we mentioned is up hours of stuff every week. We got that. Shawn's Record Club, Friend Dimension. We actually have a Q&A going up in a minute from our movie night that we did live in LA. We did like a whole Q&A session. That's going up exclusively for our patrons. So check that out. Also, a lot of people have been asking about, we talked a while ago about we're going to add a closing theme to our podcast and kind of do like an end credits. And we're also going to have an ability for you at home to get into the end credits. That'll be part of our Patreon launching soon as well. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is done. That we filmed it a while ago, but we were just busy.
We picked the song, as you viewers might remember. We picked the song. We narrowed it down with your help. Yeah. We filmed all that stuff and
That'll be part of our show soon. But it requires a little more work because we have to that's, like I said, it's integrated with our Patreon, and we want to have a tier on there where people can get their name on the podcast and stuff for supporting the show. So that'll be integrated very, very soon. And then the closing theme will have your name in the credit. Not your name, the anime, your name as in your name. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, we look happy to featuring everybody out there with that tier.
It's like you're a producer of your favorite thing.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Or least favorite thing. Who cares? That's funny.
Yeah, maybe you hate watch this.
Yeah.
Let's
pay up. It doesn't matter to me.
I got one more question here that I think would be a good thing to end on. It's some philosophical questions about life advice.
Okay.
Vinny asks, how do you all generally approach difficult situations? For example, working a job you don't like or aspects of your life you don't like but have to do.
A lot of times I just tell myself like, look, in 3 hours, this will be over. Like just go through it and just do your thing. But like, you look at the watch, like, okay, it's 7 now. At 10 o'clock, this isn't going to be your fucking problem anymore. So let's just get through it. And that's what I say to myself a lot. That's me.
I always try to make things my own. So it's like a job I don't want to do or something like that. I try to customize it that now I'm doing it my way. Whether it's doing boring ass tax documents with the Vision Pro on a beach watching, fucking Super Sentai, or it's, cleaning up at home and it's like, you know what? I'm going to clean this up, but I'm going to do a whole little corner of this room that's got all, it's got all the Yakuza stuff that I have, or it's got all the, Star Wars bullshit that I have over here. I'm going to make that look cool. You know what I mean? I try to customize whatever I'm doing with my own flair that adds a creative twist to it that makes it endurable.
What do you do,
at
Derrick?
least?
Yeah, it's a good. I try not to do things I don't like, so it's tough. you
Well,
know.
that's true too.
I'm trying to imagine a situation where I felt like my hand was forced. For me, I guess I try to take my ego out of the equation and ask myself, what is the value of me doing this thing? If there is no value in me doing it, I will usually work hard to remove myself from that situation. But if I could, kind of rationalize, like, I don't want to do this, but I understand that I have to do it because there's this end result that is really important to achieve.
Yeah.
Whatever, if I have to go to this family function I don't want to go to, but I know that building these bonds and relationships is worth it. That kind of gets me into the right mindset of like, there is a goal here. Like, not every task is fun. Some of these tasks are difficult to do, but I got to put in the work to achieve the desired result. So I try to like remember kind of why I'm doing this to begin with.
Yeah.
A job that I hate, I got to pay the bills this month. I don't have a lot of time. I need to pay these bills, but also maybe I should start working in my free time to look for alternative revenue stream that makes me have to depend on doing this task, against my will.
I just drink. If I'm going to have to vacuum, I'm going to do a buzz. Just
Nice.
It's going to be a little funner.
All right.
It's going to be a little lighter. Might run over the cat's tail, but no big deal. Um,
That's what coffee will do to you, bro.
Drink coffee.
yeah.
you
Oh,
guys.
yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Caffeine buzz.
The real answer though is like I think I prioritize the list, because whenever there's that task that's in front of you that you don't want to do, rather than procrastinate on it, I'll prioritize it with all the other tasks
That's
that are
smart.
always going on. So
Yeah.
like your daily shit is always going to be there every day. And then I look at this one task and I just go like, okay, the priority of this falls where in line? And then I kind of like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going through the day where like, I got to do that. I got to do that. And then I'll get to this thing.
Yeah, it's usually like bigger in your mind than the actual like energy you need to do the
Yes.
task is usually like worse when you think about
And
it.
that's the thing, man, not procrastinating on it and then realizing like, oh, I did that an hour ago and I moved on and did 3 other daily tasks that were after it. Oh, I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hope that was insightful and hope that helped you.
We sure do. Yeah.
Johnny, did that help you?
Yeah, I'm saved. Yes.
You are saved.
He's
Got him.
saved.
We got through one person. We broke
He's
through.
saved.
Johnny is saved.
Just like those Christian haunted houses, we got through to one. And that's all that really matters.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to do an after show. If you are able to tune into that, we encourage you to join us there. And we thank you for joining us here for our live show. And just a reminder, in the next few weeks, this show will be on a different YouTube channel than where you are used to finding it. So be ready for the switch because it's coming.
We're not going to tell you the channel, though, that it switches to. That'll be a
vague.
secret.
Nope.
Yeah.
And you're never going to guess where it's going.
Fred.
Figglehorn out.